Hi guys, hope you are having a good Saturday. So far I am. We'll know more after that Kentucky-Florida game ends, how my day ends. But at the moment, anyway, it's good. And don't tell me what the score is. I've got it taping, so I've watched it up to this point. And I know usually I ask you guys in chat for scores, but on this one I don't want to know because I want to watch it when I'm done. Okay, so tonight we're going to break some basketball and we're going to break some baseball. And as normal, I break things in the order that they end on eBay. So we're going to start off tonight with some 2016-17 Panini Gold Standard Basketball. Then we'll do some Panini Private Signings Basketball, some Leaf Best of Basketball, the Unopened edition. I'm looking really forward to that one. And then we'll have a full case, a 16-box case of Topps Gold Label Baseball. So that is what's on tap tonight. And if I can get the right thing up here, we're going to switch to the spreadsheet if I can get the... There we go. Whoops, no, I've still got something weird going on. Hang on. I don't know why I've got... that's a weird thing. Let's try this again. It was only showing like half the page. There we go. Now I think we're seeing the whole thing. So this is, of course, a new spreadsheet goes up before the start of each break. So if this isn't your break, the spreadsheet will go up when we get to your break again, of course. So first up is 2016-17 Panini Gold Standard Basketball. This is break number 3, meaning the third time we have broken it. At least the third time we've broken it on its own. Our eBay end date 9/23, our live stream schedule also Saturday 9/23 at 10:30 Eastern, which of course is right now. Team names on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. You will see some things there that say no bids buyback. Those are orphan teams. No one wanted to adopt them. So if anything were to come out for one of those teams, it would hang out here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of the others, it's going to go out to one of you guys. So shipping on the Gold Standard and the Panini, I'm going to change the focus on this too, on the Gold Standard and on the Panini Private Signings. Those both are free shipping, no cost to the buyer. And on any free shipping item, which of course include those two, those go out once a week on average. Now, if you have another package that's headed out to you in the meantime, it'll hitch a ride and go out a little earlier. If you don't have anything else coming and you just have something out of one of these free shipping breaks, I don't think I did a very good job with focus. I think I made it worse. Then what we would be looking at is it shipping about this time next week. Now that does not apply, of course, to things where you have paid shipping. I'll give you a different shipping date for anything that has paid shipping. This is literally just dealing with the free shipping items that go out once a week. Edward, yeah, I can't wait to get in that Topps Gold label too. You know, of course, it came out earlier this week, but I haven't broken it yet, so I'm anxious to get into that myself. For the Celtics, Bob Cousy /279. All of our cards here in Gold Standard are numbered, even the base cards. Hassan Whiteside /269 for the Miami Heat. Bogdanovich /269 for the Nets. Rodney Stuckey for the Pacers /269. Oh, this looks like a fun card. So our first hit, and this is /45, and it's quad materials, all for the T-Wolves, as you can see. So we don't have to worry about random or any of that stuff. So we have Andrew Wiggins, Zach LaVine, Karl Anthony Towns, and Tyus Jones. That is a really cool card for the T-Wolves. Nice hit. Then that brings us to DeAndre Bembry for the Hawks, and that is numbered /49. Sometimes the way the glare hits that, I don't see it very well myself. So, of course, you've got a sticker auto down there. I think that's a sticker. Maybe that's on card. I can't really tell. I'll have to get that when the light's not bouncing off of it. That might actually be an on-card auto. and material there for the Hawks. And Scal, my man Scal Labissiere for the Kings, numbered to 199. That one is an on-card auto. And of course, you know, Scal had some good games there towards the end of the season, so his card prices were on the rise. So it's a pretty good little hit. So Scal for the Kings, DeAndre Bembry for the Hawks, and then the nice quad materials for the T-Wolves. Those are our hits out of this box of Gold Standard. So that one is in the books. That's going to bring us to our Panini Private Signings. You'll see this one has a number 1 on it. That's because originally we had more of these. And, you know, so I was numbering the boxes and letting random choose which one we opened each time. But we're down to our last one out of the most recent group. So it's the only one left to open tonight. And this is one box of 2016-17 Panini Private Signings NBA. This is break number 8, so the 8th time we have opened it. Of course, our end date, excuse me, our end date and live stream schedule, you guys know what that is. It's tonight. It's right now. And same format. We'll scroll down through here, give you a chance to see your name in lights across from your team. And once again, just a couple of unsold teams in here. If anything were to come out for one of them, it would join its brothers on Card Mountain here at my house. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys, well, it'll be in the mail. So I'm going to check and see if they have any more of these. You guys know I love these private signings things. They're a little pricey when you have to buy them on the secondary market, but it's like impossible to ever get them directly from Panini. So, and that's empty, of course, just the one encased card. And our hit tonight is the Suns. This is Marquise Chris, and that is number 3 of 5. So nice low number there on the Marquise Chris for the Suns. That's one of the things I like about private signings. Well, there's several things I like about it, but they're encased. They're usually very low numbered. There's a lot of one-of-ones that you find in there, a lot of rookies, and also some good veteran content. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool little hit. Then that rolls us into break number 3. Well, our third break of the night. It's not going to be break number 3. It is 2 boxes of 2017 Leaf Best of Basketball Unopened Edition. This is break number 1, so it's the first time we've been in it. And I think I got it, I don't know, about a week ago, I think. So let's scroll down here and take a look. Let you guys refresh your memory as to which team you have. But I'm sure most of you know what this product is all about. There are, inside these outer boxes, Leaf has put in there an unopened box of a previously released product. So it could be Panini, it could be Upper Deck, it could be Topps, it could be anything. It can be anything from National Treasures on. I mean, there's some high-end stuff in there. I'm sure there's probably some low-end stuff in here too. I don't know. We're about to find out. But we've got, and I've got some more of this. So but it came to me loose boxes. So I'm just going to kind of, I just picked 2 rather than going through all that stuff that we sometimes do. So here's our first one. I'm just going to show you that the inside of that is empty. And we're going to take that out of the bubble wrap in a second, but we're going to see what's in our second box as well. This one's heavier than the first one was. And I think there's a Leaf original card in one of the, or in each of these as well. I think they put in some kind of their own original Leaf trading card in with each of these unopened boxes of whatever we're going to pull. And this is, I don't know what this is, but it's big. So once again, you know, there's only one box in each of these. Jesse, Gold Label Baseball is after we do this break, which is the Leaf Unopened Basketball. So after this break is finished, that one will be next. And unbiased truth, I'm not sure what you're really trying to say there, but okay. And just you're looking for the Spurs and the Jazz. All right, cool. So we have a Lamar Odom Super Swatch, which I guess is, does it say if it's game worn or what it is? Yeah, game used. Okay. So we'll of course have to go, we'll have to go to NBA.com and figure out the number, who he played for the longest and all that kind of stuff. So here's our first box of cards. And this is from 2000. What does this say? It says, oh my goodness. It said, let me set it farther back. And does that help? No. I'm trying to get it where I can show you the title. There we go. It says Topps T51 Murad Basketball 2008-2009. So that is that's a little buzz back in time. I don't even know what to expect in that. I've never opened that product before. But we're going to find out together what's in it in a minute. Then our next one, hey, it's some limited, and it's 2012-13. You guys know we open a lot of 2012-13 stuff, so that's cool. And our super swatch here is Mike Bibby. So we'll deal with both of those in a little bit, but let's open these first. Let's open this Topps first and find out what in the heck is in this Topps Murad Basketball. I literally don't know this product at all. So that's interesting. We've got some type of a box loader on there as well. We can get all this out of there. Show you that empty box. And give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out, my chat is kind of acting crazy on me right now, and I was trying to get it to sort itself out. It's not wanting to scroll down for some reason, so I don't know what that's about. But anyway, so let's get into our box loader first. And this is for the Heat, of course, Michael Beasley. So there is that one headed off to the Miami Heat, our box loader. Did this box, let me pick this box back up. I want to see if this says anything about what type of hits we have in it. Doesn't really say. It just says there's 24 packs, 6 cards per pack. It doesn't seem to say on here what's guaranteed or not or what. So we'll just buzz through it and see what we can find. I am not at all familiar with this particular product. Looks interesting though. Oh boy, I just hit the wrong thing there, and now my whole YouTube's gone crazy on me. So now I can't see chat at all. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to reload chat. If we can get back here, what is it doing? I don't know what is happening there. I punched the wrong thing on my iPad and it's wandered me off from where I should be on here. Now maybe we're getting back. Hopefully. I think it's loading back up now. All right, let's stop and look at those before we do anything else. Oh, a mini came sliding out of there. Okay, so we have a mini. for the New Orleans. Of course, it says Hornets on there, but that it will go to the New Orleans Pelicans, of course. These are kind of interesting cards with the kind of obviously artistic sort of look to them. Now, of course, you know what I was hoping to find. I was hoping we were going to get one of the National Treasures boxes. But we may still have some good things in here. Somebody tell me real quick, because I can't think off the top of my head. Who are our primary rookies in 2008, 2009? I'm blanking out and not can't remember who they are. Oh, wow. That's an oldie but a goodie. He's the GM now of the Celtics, of course. I guess, are all of these going to have a mini? I guess they do. So we'll just shake them out as we go along. Wow, Tony Parker when he was young. Oh, was that's the rookie year for Durant and Westbrook? I did not remember 2008, 2009 being the rookie year for them. That's crazy. Okay. For some reason, I thought that they were earlier than that. I didn't think that they were 08, 09. Thought they were a couple years ahead of that. That's what happens. You open too many products and it all starts blending together. Oh, and Reggie Miller. Oh, right. And Derrick Rose. Okay. All right. So there are a pretty good number in there. Sean Kemp. Okay. Yeah, you guys are doing good. Thank you. Thank you. I could not remember who our rookie class was in 2008, 2009. So, of course, if we were to pull Durant, you know it's going to be Supersonics. But, of course, the current Seattle, the franchise for the Seattle Supersonics is the current Oklahoma City Thunder. So, if we were to pull the card, it would, of course, go to the Thunder. Card always stays with the franchise. Little Shaq mini. I do wish these were, they're a little bit hard to kind of, I don't know. The design is cool looking, but yet it's really hard to read any of the information on them. So it's not maybe my total favorite design. Or maybe it's just hard for me to read it. You guys know I've got the eye issue that causes me problems from time to time. Kevin Love. Kevin Love is from 08, 09. Wow, I did not think that either. Oh, there's Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. Oh, we have an autograph hit here, and it's for the Celtics. And it is J.R. Giddens for the Celts. And it's on a mini, of course, and you know what Topps puts their minis in these little frames in their products. I'm going to go ahead and shake that little mini out of there this time. Oh, Kevin Durant was 07, 08. Okay. All right. Yeah, see, I thought he was earlier than 8, 9, but But then again, like I said, I couldn't get a clear fix in my head who we should be looking for. So it's Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, and Kevin Love. And of course, we saw the Russell Westbrook a second ago in there. Too bad his wasn't the one that was signed, right? But I like Unopened Edition from Leaf. I think it's a lot of fun because you really don't know what you're going to get. It's like a double blind because you've got the surprise of what's in the box. What box you're going to get, previously released box, and then of course what's inside that box once you figure out what you actually have. So I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I did see that Oklahoma made that deal for Carmelo Anthony. That broke earlier today. They sent Enes Kanter and I forget who else. 2 players and a draft pick for Carmelo. It was Enes Kanter and I can't remember the second player. Yes, Gold Standard and Private Signings have already been opened. Yes, they have. This is the last of the basketball breaks, and then when we finish this one, then we'll be on the Gold Label Baseball as soon as we finish the basketball break here. So these are our minis that were in each of our packs. That's a little Tony Parker. And then that's going to bring us to our full-size cards. Gosh, out of Gold Standard, there was a nice quad relic for the T-Wolves, and there was a Scal Labissiere card for the Kings, and I don't remember the other hit in there. And in Private Signings, it was a Phoenix Sun. So on the back of those, Robin Lopez and Magic Johnson. Okay. Oh, here we have another hit. And it's also for the Celtics. So the Celtics taking both of the hits in here. That looks like Larry Bird material, and indeed it is. So that is a Larry Bird relic card for the Celtics. So I do have some other boxes of this Best of Basketball Unopened Edition. As I said, I just have some kind of loose odds and end ones. So we'll probably break another set of this next week. Probably in a 2-box format again. Because there's so much stuff that you can pull. I mean, I don't know how much you guys have looked at the sell sheet info. I usually put that on the listing. But, I mean, they've got everything in it. National Treasures on. And I like the idea that we could pull some Upper Deck and some tops, which obviously we did pull some tops. And we have another relic. This one is numbered 4 of 25. And it's just a little, like, fabric relic here. It's a little piece of fabric in the frame. Oh, thank you. You remembered it. Yes, thank you. Sometimes I forget what something is numbered to or the individual player names, especially when we're working on other breaks. There's another Russell Westbrook. I tend to retain them only long enough to look at them and recap them, and then they go right back out of my head, and we move on to the next one. Now, we do have the 2 relics in here, the 2 Leaf relics that are new cards, obviously. And we'll have to look those up in a moment as well. see where they go. And of course, in that box that we're getting ready to open, the 12-13 Limited, you guys know in there will be a pack, a bonus pack of Kobe Anthology cards. And the Kobe Anthology, will open it. If there are hits in it, the hits will, the hit or hits would be given out via random to everybody that's in this break, would have a shot at it. And if it's just the base cards, they don't go anywhere. They're, other than they'll eventually be donated to a kid's hospital or something. But those are not even worth the cost of postage. I mean, they put them literally in every single 2012-13 product that Panini released had Kobe Anthology in it. And they're just base cards. And all that stuff, of course, is written out in the special circumstances area of every listing. So that is always there to be previewed. If hopefully you guys have all read it by now. Yeah, I like the Suns too. They've got some of my former UK players are on the Suns, so I like them as well. So out of our 12-13, Gary Forbes, Kevin Martin, Eric Bledsoe. Our first hit is Derek Favors for the Jazz. Then we have a hit for the Raptors, Terrence Ross, and that one is numbered to 299. I guess I better set our hits aside. We still have to recap those. And then speak of the devil, how about a little Carmelo Anthony for the Knicks with a little fabric hit there. It does have some minor chipping and edge wear on it as well. Okay, so before we recap those hits, we need to deal with these two cards. So let me set our hits aside up here. And then it's these two I've got to look up. Mike Bibby and Lamar Odom. They don't have, I mean, I think Lamar Odom's a Laker, but, you know, since they're both retired players and there's no team name indicated on either of those cards, we're going to need to go check it out. Just let me get on NBA real quick. And let's see if we can find... Oh, man, this thing takes forever to load. And then it loads the wrong thing. Good gracious. Okay, let's try this again. And of course, it's not going to load and show anything. Doesn't that just figure? All right, well, let me try another option. Just need to see the number of years they played. Oh, good gracious. All right. Well, guys, these we'll come back to these. This is taking for absolutely ever. NBA is not wanting to load for whatever reason. So Lamar Odom, we'll find out wherever he played the longest, because he's retired and there's no team name indicated on the card. It should be wherever he played the longest. Ditto for Mike Bibby. Honestly, the Silks look like they should be. That looks like to me that would be the Lakers, and well, Mike Bibby's maybe the Kings, but that is taking forever to load, so we'll go back to it in a minute. Meanwhile, let's recap our hits. We have Carmelo Anthony for the Knicks. We have for the Jazz, Derek Favors. Then we have for the Celtics, the J.R. Giddens. Terrence Ross to 299 for the Raptors. I can't really, that's for the Rockets. I just can't tell you who the player is. I can't see it well enough to tell you, but that's 4 of 25 on the little silk relic, and it is definitely for the Rockets. And then, of course, the Larry Bird relic for the Celtics. So those are the hits that we pulled out of Leaf Best of Basketball Unopened Edition. And then, of course, you know, we had some decent base cards in there as well. And these two, which I think is, again, I think this is going to be a Laker and a King based on the uniforms. But I will verify that before I send them out. So this brings us up to baseball time. And it is 16 boxes. It's a full case. And that is not what I meant to switch to. We don't want to see random. We want to see the spreadsheet. 16 boxes of 2017 Topps Gold Label Baseball. That is a full case. It is break number 1. This product just came out this week. And of course our eBay end date, obviously tonight, 9/23. Live stream schedule also 9/23. And your name will be across from your team. Shipping on this and on the Leaf Best of Basketball Unopened Edition, both of those, of course, had paid shipping. So look for that to go out probably Wednesday. And if I can get it out the door to you faster than that, I certainly will. But I'm kind of anticipating right now somewhere in the range of Wednesday for this stuff to ship out. And I do print the labels from eBay. So you should get a shipping notification from eBay when the label is printed, and it should also add the tracking number to the order details at the same time. Oh, I forgot to switch back to look at chat. Daggone it. I was on the NBA website and I forgot to switch back. Sorry if you guys were chatting with me in the meantime. Now I'm back on there. Oh, and I see that Keith and Marty Marr and Just Let are all agreeing with me that that is Kings and Lakers on the Bibby and the Lamar Odom. So good. We're all on the same page there. Excellent. Now, on our Gold Label Baseball, we're going to have one framed autographed card in each one of these boxes, and of course also some base cards in each box, and the possibility for some of those base cards to be numbered and all that jazz. But it is the framed autograph card that I think we're all the most anxious to see. Checklists look really good on this. So I'm happy about that. Now we just need to pull some of the heat that's on that checklist. And I have a fair amount of this. This is a product I kind of like. And I think I have maybe 6 cases, 8 cases. I don't know. I pre-ordered a fair amount of it anyway. And my intent is to break all of them as full cases. So keep an eye out. You'll see this coming up several more times that will break. And of course, we've been opening some Triple Threads baseball as well. We pulled those. Oh man, the break the other night, we pulled 2 Deca cards. It was awesome. One was a Carlos Correa /5 for the Astros, and the other one was all 10 different players. That was just phenomenal. Both those cards were fantastic. But that's why we love Triple Threads, because we always have fun hits like that. All right, let's deal with the ones we have open so we can start looking at some stuff. And then we'll go back and take some more out of their boxes. So, of course, we're going to have 6 packs, I think, right? I think there are 6 packs. I should have been counting them. That are base cards and or parallels. And then we'll have 1 pack that will have our framed autograph card. And I think I would expect it has 2 base cards in it. as well. That's how it was last year. So I think the configuration is the same. Yeah, we'll save that one. That's our big hit. We'll go through our base first. Here is one of our numbered cards. This is for the Rockies. David Dahl to 150. I thought that said 350. It says to 150. Base cards in here are actually very nice. Whoops, hang on. We got one hiding in behind there. And it is Troy Tulowitzki 250 for the Jays. And I'm going to pick this back up because I think that was, yeah, it is Benintendi base card there that went by. These kind of have a little tendency to stick to the card in front of them sometimes. There's a nice little Cody Bellinger. Trey Turner to 25 for the Nationals. And out of box number 1, let's see who our hit is. There's our base card, Sonny Gray, and our other base card, Roger Clemens. And our hit, Joe Musgrove for the Astros, is our first hit of the night. And that, of course, in the gold frame. And this is my first time opening it this year. I'm assuming that we have the same circumstance that we had last year. Let me see if it says on here that in that there are different color frames. It doesn't really necessarily say on here, but you know, last year you could get a gold frame, a black frame, and a silver frame. The gold was the most common, the black was the mid-range, and the silver was the hardest to pull. So I don't know if it's that same way this year or not, but we'll probably find out shortly. Whoops. There's Trey Turner again. This one is to 75. There's an Aaron Judge making the Yankees happy. Of course, you guys can see these refract. You can see the rainbow of colors as we go through them here. Johnny Bench. I love Johnny Bench. There's a nice little Ian Happ. Ichiro. 2 Goldschmidts back to back. One of those has got, oh, they're different though. I don't suppose any of them are numbered, so maybe one of them is a short print. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't learned if, I forgot to look, honestly, to see if there are short prints on this one. Although typically there are, so I'm going to assume that would be the case again today. Eric Hosmer, Robinson Cano, and man, Astros with back-to-back hits. Now they're taking home Alex Bregman. So Astros are all over it on the first 2 boxes of Gold Label. All right, there's a little Yuli Gurriel for the Astros. Cespedes to 150. Another Bellinger. Another Gurriel, this one to 99. Nice little Josh Bell went by. Matt Kemp to 150. Or no, I'm sorry, to straight up 50. Straight 50, no 1 in front of it. There's Moncada. Oh man, ESPN just gave me a pop-up, so now I know my Kentucky Wildcats lost again. How they managed to lose that game in the 20 minutes or so that we've been breaking is beyond me. Oh boy, Jacoby Jones 250 for the Tigers. I mean, they had that game well in hand when I came in here. We lose by 1 point. My good gracious. Oh, I knew that was going to pop up and I was hoping it was going to make my night better. It popped up and made my night worse by far. And that goes back to that field goal we missed. Field goal. Which our kicker never misses. And he missed one from 48 yards out. And that's the ball game right there. Well, not just that. Obviously, he didn't lose the game for us. But you know what I mean. I'm just saying the points were there. Ah, brother. How we managed to let them score on us again. Don't guess I need to watch the replay of the rest of that now. Robinson Cano to 150. Little Alex Bregman rookie. Christian Arroyo for the Giants. Another Josh Bell. Johnny Cueto to 99 for the Giants. Alfaro coming out for the Phillies. That one, I'm sorry, that one is numbered to 25. I don't think I said that, but it is numbered to 25. Oh, I swear, man, college football just can break your heart. I cannot believe we lost to them again. You know, we've lost to Florida now 31 years in a row. That's just absurd. Just absurd. Oh, well. If we had won, they would have stormed the field, I'm sure. And that would have been a big $250,000 fine for the university. So maybe it's all for the best. Not really, but I'm trying to find the bright side. Not really. It's not all for the best. It really is terrible. Terrible, terrible. Alex Reyes, rookie. Whoops, sorry. There was one stuck behind Aurora. And it is Sano. And it is to 150. Benintendi. A little Ernie Banks. And our hit here, Hunter Dozier for the Royals. And Hunter Dozier is numbered to 501. You know, and I came out to do the break, and I saw the score, like right before I started the break, and I saw that we were only up by 6, and I thought, man, if they get the ball back, we could end up losing by 1 point. And then now that's exactly what we did. We lost by 1 flipping point. Oh, there's been, well, I tell you, Edward, I've seen a few Francisco Lindors go by, but I haven't seen a ton of Indians. I will grant you that. There's an Ian Happ for the Cubs. But we've got a ways to go yet. There's another Ian Happ. This one is to 150. We still got a bunch of boxes left to open, so we got plenty of time to find some Indians for you. Moncada to 50. Little Joey Votto. Ichiro to 25. And our hit here for the Mariners, Dan Vogelbach. Our hit out of that one. Oh, Lindor is your favorite player? Well, I'll try to conjure up a Francisco Lindor for you. No problem. Oh, Lindor is a redemption in this product? Okay. I just pulled myself. I was opening some 2015 Bowman's Best. Not breaking it, like actually opening it for me. And pulled a Lindor high def auto to 25 out of it. It was a redemption, and I got it really quickly. They sent it in, I'd say less than a week. They had that thing back on the way. So it's pretty sweet little card. I'm gonna send it off and have it graded, but I haven't managed to do that yet. Yeah, I was happy to pull it. I've actually pulled some good stuff out of 15 Bowman's Best recently. I've been kind of, you know, I open a few things on my own just for me. And Bowman's Best, I've been opening a reasonable amount of it. And I've pulled, well, I wouldn't say a whole lot, but a handful of boxes. And I've pulled Benintendi out of it twice, but neither one of them low numbered. And then I pulled the Lindor to 25, and I can't remember. I had another good hit out of there, or a decent hit out of there, but I forgot what it was. Yeah, 15 Bowman's Best is pretty sweet. There's a lot of good stuff in 15 Bowman's Best. Of course, I like Bowman's Best in general. But yeah, that is a particularly good year for it. There's an Aaron Judge for the Yanks. An Aurora to 150. Honestly, I'd like to break some 2015 Bowman's Best, but a lot of the older stuff, it's hard to get enough bidding support to make it manageable where you don't end up, there's a Benintendi speaking of, where you don't end up losing a ton of money on it, you know, because there's only certain teams. With the benefit of hindsight, there's only certain teams we would buy out of it, I guess. That is to 50 on the Mark McGwire for the A's. Oh, Brendan Rodgers. Hey, Brendan Rodgers is a great one to invest in. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. A little Hank Aaron and some Adam Jones. And our hit, hey, well, there you go, Phillies. You have a couple of Alfaros now, because here's your second one. This one is numbered to 486. So the Phillies with a pair of Alfaros so far. Oh, yeah, I love Inception. I mean, we opened a fair amount of that when it came out. I don't remember exactly what I had now, but I want to say it was maybe 8 or 10 cases. I don't know. It's a fair amount. And now, of course, you try to buy a case and it's a zillion dollars. But I do have a few loose boxes of Inception, 2017 Inception, that I'm just going to break as just, you know, one box break, free shipping kind of deal or something. So I do plan on getting those listed at some point soon. Just because I like a lot of the cards in Inception. And of course, obviously this is a strong year as well for our rookies. This is to 150 on the Dansby. But you know what's coming next week, of course, Bowman Chrome. Oh, yeah. And I have got a ton of Bowman Chrome coming. Ton. Comes out on Friday, which is odd. You know, normally Topps does Wednesday releases, and every once in a while Panini or Leaf or somebody will do a Friday. That's to 99 on the Carlos Correa. But this time, Topps is doing it on Friday with the Bowman Chrome release next week. Cal Ripken Jr. and Ken Griffey Jr. And another Dan Vogelbach. So that's a pair of Vogelbachs. So we are already seeing the effects of what I would say not great randomization by our friends at Topps. Yeah, I agree. Inception. Inception is just one of those products that it does fine if we could have kept it close to the release price. But the fact that they're now charging 2 and 3 times, well, not 3 times, but probably twice what it was when it came out at release. Yeah, that's just, you can't afford to break that as a case these days. But Inception's a great product, and we had some really nice pulls out of it. In fact, we pulled a ton of Mike Trout, and I mean like a bunch. One case we had 2 Mike Trouts in it. One was to 25 and the other one was to 30 or 50. I mean, out of the same case, back to back basically, Mike Trout auto and relic hits, and Inception was just loaded this year. I wish I had 10 more cases of it. Of course, so does everybody else. Ichiro 275. But I tend to buy a lot of the ones I like the best, you know. I guess we probably all do that. Yeah, they're, like I said, I don't think they've done a stellar job randomizing this. I do agree with you, Edward. They're not on the ball in that regard, but really that happens with all of them. Panini, Topps, all of them. Sometimes you hit a case where it just seems like they just put in, here's a second Joe Musgrove, for example. For the Astros, it just seems like every player they put in, they've put in 2 of in this case for some unknown reason. And that frustrates me. I'm sure it frustrates you guys too. It's just, there's no sense in it. Of course, we say that, but if we pulled 2 Cody Bellingers or 2 Aaron Judges, we would think it was the greatest case in the world, right? I mean, realistically, it all depends on the player, but I tend to prefer when they have a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Diversity in their hits. But of course, you know, we will recap all of this at the end of the break. So, you know, we'll see them all one right after the other. And there's your Lindor, but just a base, of course. But at least we're on the right track. We're seeing Lindor, so maybe we can conjure up the hit that you're looking for. There is Ernie Banks to 150. And there's a nice little numbered Lindor, so we're definitely headed in the right direction for you. That one is to 99. A little Reggie Jackson to 50 for the A's. And our hit here, well, at least we've had some other hits for the Astros, but this is the first Carlos Correa, so at least that one's not a duplicate. Although if you were to pull a duplicate, Carlos Correa would be a great one to pull it for. So Astros now with, I think, 3 hits, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes I lose track, but I think the Astros are at 3 hits in here. All right, let's try to get these situated over here. I'm just going to take all the rest of these out of their box so we can have them out and ready to roll. There is the... Yeah, the Astros have really been a team that have had a lot of hits. And whoops, now see, there was an example of a pack left in there. I'm glad. That's why I always look in that box. Sometimes something sticks in there. But the Astros have had a lot of hits in general all year. They have had, in most products, they've had a pretty good number of hits. So, what is that laying back there? I guess it's a piece off of one of those boxes or something. Oh, Jesse, you haven't seen any Braves hits at all. I know there are some. I haven't watched any of the other breaks. I have been. Oh gosh, honestly, I still don't think I'm caught up from the time I had away with the family situation, and I got, of course, behind a little bit with that unexpected circumstance, and I don't think I'm caught back up still yet 2 weeks later, or 2 weeks later. So I haven't had time to watch anybody's breaks. I don't think Acuna is in here, no. But if you go to the Topps website, they have the full checklist on there. You can take a look at it, and it'll break it out. And it has rookie designations next to the rookie, so it makes it really easy to scan the list and find them. That's to 75 on the Clemens for the Yankees. And the Topps website always puts their checklist up ahead of the product release, so the checklist for Bowman Chrome is already up as well. Usually they put them up about a week ahead of time. Although Bowman Chrome, I think, was up earlier this week, so that was even more than a week out. Hey, a change of pace. We have a Brewer. We have Lewis Brinson to 75 for the Milwaukee Brewers. So a little shift in direction there with a new team added to the mix. How about that? Oh, pulling a Hank Aaron would be fantastic. Yeah, you're right about that. I pulled a Hank Aaron autographed baseball jersey a couple months ago, but I haven't pulled an Aaron signed card at all this year, I don't think, that I remember anyway. We've pulled Chipper Jones in something. I think we pulled Maddox out of maybe Tier 1. Is it Tier 1? I don't know, one of them. And of course, you know, we've pulled Dansby and some of the others. We actually pulled a signed Braves baseball jersey this week too. Tom Glavine, whichever way you're supposed to say it. I don't ever say the names right. We all know that by now. Another Aaron Judge. Mitch Haniger, 275 for the Mariners. But yeah, I would love to pull a Hank Aaron for you guys. Hank Aaron and Johnny Bench, there's an Ian Happ, are my two favorite players, basically, across the board. Those are my two favorite players. You know what? I'm going to set some of these base cards over here on the sorting mat. Those stacks are just getting taller than I prefer them to be. I just don't like the possibility of, I don't know what, box falling on them falling on, you know, I don't know. I think the stacks are getting too tall. I'm going to move them. That's the end of the story. Good grief. Joe Musgrove again. This is the third Joe Musgrove, and I'm tired of seeing this guy right now. No offense to the Astros, but I don't want to see Joe Musgrove anymore. He is wearing me out right now. But the Astros definitely are getting their money's worth in this break. There is no question about that. Well, why can I not get the card out of the pack? There we go. Keith, for those of you watching this later or who aren't logged in and can't see chat, Keith just said that Musgrove is the new Henry Owens, and that made me laugh. Aaron Judge for the Yankees. There is always one that you just find more than you expect. Oh, look at this for a little change of pace. How about some Johnny Bench game-used memorabilia, piece of the bat, and that is sweet, friends. That is number 2 of 75. I think the Reds sold tonight for like $6 or something insane, and look what they pulled with that. That is nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, see, maybe I did conjure up Johnny Bench, so maybe we'll conjure up Hank Aaron as well. I'm giving it a shot anyway. Another Ian Happ. Julio is $2.99. Ian Happ to $1.50. You want me to try to conjure up a Mike Trout? Well, hey, I've pulled a fair amount of Mike Trout this year, so maybe we will. But right now we have Trey Mancini for the Baltimore Orioles. That's also a nice little hit. But I love that our relic card was Bench. There's one of those, that's a case hit. I'm sure you guys know that already. But I'm super psyched that it was Johnny Bench. It's amazing, really, how often the Reds hit in stuff that I break. But I swear to you, if I buy the reds in a break, you won't see a card come out for them. But in stuff that I break, I see the reds all the time. Pull Joey Vottos and Johnny Benches and all kinds of other fun reds. That is $275 on the Clayton Kershaw. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I agree with you, Jesse. They have not done a good job with randomization this year. We had some similar issues with Clearly Authentic, and some cases were better than others, you know, but there were some that certainly were very heavy towards one team, which is just an absurd situation with another Joe Musgrove. Like, I'm really kind of over this now, because is that the fourth Joe Musgrove out of one case? I think it is. See, in my opinion, there is like no excuse for that. I think there's, and Topps, if they don't get their stuff straightened out, I mean, that's going to hurt their products in the long run. Nobody wants to, they know a huge amount of their stuff is opened in case breaks. And nobody in their right mind is going to want to do a case break of 16 boxes and have 25% of it be one single player. Unless it's Aaron Judge or Cody Bellinger. I mean, I don't know. They really need to address that issue, in my opinion. But you know, part of the way that happens is us. We need to write letters and call them and tweet them and hit their Facebook page and talk about stuff like this. This is to 150 on the Gurriel. And I encourage you guys to do that. Absolutely. I mean, in my opinion, it's worthy of complaint. I don't think it's a good way for them to do things, but that's to 99 for the Red Sox. And that's not to begrudge the Astros their hits. I mean, I'm happy. There's another Bellinger. I'm happy, obviously, the Astros are hitting well, but I'm just speaking in general to the way that Topps has handled the randomizing of their products this year. That's to 50. And I think it's been severely lacking. Tonight being a good example as to why. Hunter Renfroe for the Padres, and I believe that may be a duplicate of Hunter Renfroe too, isn't it? I think so. Oh yeah, Immaculate was great this year with Panini. Well, you know, of course, it used to be that all of the sports were multi-licensed. And I guess it was Upper Deck maybe that started all this, if I'm remembering right. Several years back, you know, started complaining and wanted to have a single bidder system and thought that they would be the one with winner take all. And of course, they lost the bid, but in the process, they changed the whole scope of the way things are done. So now we only have one licensee per professional sport, if you will. So one for baseball, one basketball, and one football. And as much as I like Panini, I love Topps too, and I really hated to lose their football products. And just in general, a little competition is healthy. So I think it would keep everybody more honest if it were opened back up, but doubt we'll see those days again. Oh no, Topps doesn't have football. Topps lost football after 2015. When whenever the contracts were renegotiated, it went to a single licensee, which is Panini. That is to 50. That was just, that contract happened to go longer, so that's why, it switched up. Luke Weaver for the Cardinals. So at least we did get the last one as somebody different. Thank goodness. All right, so let's recap our hits here. I'm going to just flip through. These are our numbered parallels, and I'm not going to read out the numbers again because we already read them out, and you guys, of course, can see them as well, but I am flipping through, so if someone had a little break, then they can recap what they missed. Or if you just multitask like I'm known to do, and you look away right when your card hits, which is also what I'm known to do. The recap keeps you from having to wait for the video to be posted. Then, of course, our case hit was this sweet little Johnny Bench relic for the Reds, numbered to 75, and that's a very cool hit. Well, I think it's a very cool hit because I love me some Johnny Bench. Now we'll do what we just might as well call our recap sponsored by the Astros, because every other card is an Astro. We have Carlos Correa, Joe Musgrove, number 1, Dan Vogelbach, number 1, Alfaro, number 1. There's our second Vogelbach. Kind of stacking these up so I can keep track of them. Hunter Dozier for the Royals. Alfaro for the Phillies. Oh, maybe it was Hunter Dozier instead of Hunter Renfroe. Maybe we don't have duplicate Hunter Renfroes. I might have been wrong about that. Jacoby Jones, Tigers. Alex Bregman, Astros. Stupid Joe Musgrove, number 2. Luke Weaver. Hunter Renfroe. Stupid Joe Musgrove, number 3. Trey Mancini. Stupid Joe Musgrove, number 4. And Lewis Brinson. So, really, the Astros as a whole, you know, they kind of cleaned up, but mostly because of Joe Musgrove. I mean, that's just insanity. But anyway, that is how it came out. So that's all we can do with it. And that is it for tonight. I appreciate very much everybody breaking with me, chatting with me, hanging out, keeping me company, keeping me from being depressed over my cats falling to Florida again in football. And that's it for tonight. So all kinds of baseball up, running, and listed, and a bunch more to be listed, and all kinds of new stuff coming out. So hopefully I will see you guys again for another break. And, of course, always football and baseball, too. So in the meantime, take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you again soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.